I'm here in Austin, Texas, where it's sunny and 70. Mike and I are attending a conference on college journalism where I presented a workshop on the future of newspapers. Newspapers are broken, and students who've been training for careers in journalism are worried. Journalism jobs are declining at the rate of 1,000 per week. I started with this fact and then discussed ways that are being considered about how to fund the newspaper of the future. And then talked about some trends that are affecting this and how some people think journalism might look someday. It's not a lecture I would give you, quite frankly. Lots of technical language, terms that you probably haven't heard or haven't thought about. But one of my colleagues wondered afterwards if, in fact, it was too advanced even for that particular audience. I hope not. I mean, I think they're motivated, or they should be, and they've heard the terms, even if they don't always fully understand them. But it's a question we should always consider. Is this on the level, meeting the needs, the interest, and the concerns of the people that we're talking to? So let's think for a moment about this. Suppose you wanted to teach a lesson on worship to 12-year-olds, or maybe 18-year-olds, or 60-year-olds. Where would you start? Well, for 50-year-olds, I might start with Joe Wilson and talk about whether he or not he should have called the president a liar in a joint session of Congress, and lead to a discussion of position and respect, and start from there to go to an understanding of the respect that God requires. For preteens, I might use the idea of celebrity. I mean, each age group has different reference points. A 12-year-old today didn't see the original broadcast of the Ed Sullivan Show when the Beatles came to the U.S., like I did. I'd be better off to find their celebrity, and I would have to be keeping up with things. I don't think it's Hannah Montana anymore. But from there, I might ask, what would it look like to be God's biggest fan? How much more worthy is He? I mean, we're always worshiping something. What is it? At this point, I could move to a text about worship, Isaiah 6, for example. But notice I didn't start with God's throne. My audience has no real concept of a throne on earth, much less in heaven. But they might know something about singular, intense devotion. The law that we're discussing in this session says the unknown must be explained by means of the known. Gregory says, begin with what is already well known to the pupil upon the subject and with what he himself has experienced, and proceed to the new material by single, easy, and natural steps. I mean, we have to start where they are, not where we want them to be. We start with familiar examples and connect them to things they already understand. But what if your students here are 18 years old, not 12? They've become a little more cynical about celebrities, and they might know more about God as well. Assume it's a church youth group. So take about 8 minutes in groups of 3 and talk about how you might lead them to a deeper understanding of worship. Where would you start? Where would you want to end up?